Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into education in Nigeria.
Fascinating topic.
It really is. And we've got this article from the Way Out Media Network. They're really tackling this question of, you know, in our world, things are changing so fast.
Right.
What matters more, actual degrees or practical skills, that hands-on experience.
Yeah, it's a debate we're seeing everywhere, but I feel like in Nigeria, everything's happening so quickly, it's even more intense.
Absolutely. And the article, it kicks off with this World Bank perspective education. They're saying it's a human right, but also this weapon against poverty.
Right, setting the stakes high.
Yeah, like this isn't just about you as a person, it's about the whole country. But then it gets interesting because they're like, hold on, there are two sides to this.
Yeah, formal education, the classic school, university, degree route, it's still huge. But then there's this other side, this skill-based learning, and it's not about saying degrees are worthless.
Right.
It's about the world's changed.
Yeah, huge difference.
Yeah.
And they actually take us back, way back to like the 1800s,
Yeah.
when it was missionaries who were like, we need schools here.
Wow.
1843, the first primary school, Methodist, that's where it all began.
Wow.
And obviously things have changed a lot since.
Right.
You've got the 934 system now, but you can see how that formal education, it's like ingrained in how people think.
Yeah, and it makes sense why degrees still matter so much for jobs there.
Yeah.
It's like this structured thing, It tells employers, okay, this person can learn, they've hit certain benchmarks.
It's like a shared language almost.
Exactly.
Like we both understand what this piece of paper means.
Yes, but, and this is crucial, the article doesn't sugarcoat it.
Right.
Even with a degree, getting a job in Nigeria right now,
It's tough.
it's a challenge.
Mm.
So that's making people ask, what about skills you can actually use
Right. Not just the theory.
Yeah, those hands-on things that make you adaptable, because the job market,
Is always changing?
it doesn't stand still.
Yeah.
So the article talks about staying ahead of the curve.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not even about what's hot NOW.
Right.
It's like, what skills do you need for what's coming in NXT?
And that's not always something they teach in a classroom.
Exactly. It might be apprenticeships, online stuff. It's much more self-driven.
This makes me think the tech industry globally.
Oh, yeah.
That's a prime example.
Absolutely.
Like, if you can't learn the new program, fix things on the fly,
You're going to fall behind.
you're out.
Yeah, so how do you bridge that gap? Formal education, it can be very theoretical.
Right.
But then there are these practical skills that are so needed.
It's a tough one. The article talks about the NVQF.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about what that is? Because it seems like they're trying to address that.
Yeah, that's the National Vocational Qualifications Framework. And it shows that even policymakers, they see this need for change.
Okay.
Because one issue with school-based learning, it can seem all over the place.
Right. How do you even measure it?
Exactly. Like someone learned coding online, someone else did an apprenticeship. Are those equal? Who knows? So the NVQF, it's about standards.
Oh, okay.
National standards.
Mhm.
It's trying to say, look, if you've got these practical skills, here's how you prove it.
I see.
Give us some weight,
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you're saying, giving it that structure, that recognition.
Exactly, because it's not just, oh, yeah, I'm good at that. It's
Yeah.
like, no, this means something officially.
And the article also mentioned this NBTE, right? Something like that.
Yeah, the National Board for Technical Education.
What do they do?
So they're all about these technical vocational training programs.
Okay.
They're the ones making sure those programs are actually good.
So like setting the curriculum.
Yeah, setting standards, making sure they're teaching stuff that's actually relevant.
Because that's the other thing, right? You learn a skill, but is it outdated?
Exactly. It's like, what's the point if you're learning stuff employers don't even use anymore?
Makes sense.
So the NBTE, they're trying to bridge that gap,
Connect it back to the real world.
Right. And honestly, it's good to see this happening, It shows they get it, that Nigeria needs both the degrees and the skills.
It's like they're both important.
Yeah, but and the article talks about this. It's not perfect.
There are still those challenges, right?
Yeah, like corruption.
To the big one.
It messes things up. Even with good ideas, it gets in the way.
It's like, how can anything work properly if that's going on?
It's tough. And then there's also just access.
Right, even if the programs are good.
If people can't reach them, what's the point?
And we're talking geography, money, all sorts of barriers.
Exactly. The article talks about how the opportunities, they're not spread out evenly. Some people, they just have it harder from the start.
It's true. So then it's like, where do you even start to fix it?
Well, the article says it's on everyone, not just the government.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like policymakers, educators, regular people, even businesses.
We all have a part to play.
It can't just be one group. Everyone needs to be on board, working together.
Like a team effort.
Exactly. It's about saying, look, both these things matter. Degrees are good, skills are good, we need to combine them.
Find that balance.
Yes. It's like, Germany. They have those apprenticeships, and it's all linked to their education system.
Yeah, they're known for that.
Right. And it works well. So the article is kind of saying, maybe Nigeria can learn something from that.
Not copy-paste, but adapt it.
Yeah. Because every place is different.
Right. Different needs, different challenges.
It's about taking inspiration, but making it work for Nigeria specifically.
Finding their own path.
Exactly. It's a challenge to everyone, especially the people in charge, to really think differently about how to make this work.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No, but it's about empowering people, giving them the tools they need.
Not just for now, but for the future, too.
Exactly. It's about lifelong learning, being able to adapt.
Because who knows what jobs will even exist in 10 years.
Right. And the article really makes you think about all this.
It does. It's like we've gone from get your degree, you're set, to, okay, you're always learning, always adapting.
Right. And the article, they leave us with this question, actually, for everyone listening.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, they're like, what do you think? Should it be one or the other? Degrees or skills?
Or is it about finding a way to blend it all together? It
Exactly.
makes you think, have we been too stuck on that traditional degree path?
It's easy to fall into that trap, right?
Yeah, but then you meet someone, maybe they don't have the formal qualifications, but they're amazing at what they do.
Exactly. Real world experience, you can't discount that.
So yeah, it's not a simple answer, but even just having this discussion.
It's a start, right?
Yeah, recognizing it's complicated.
And questioning those assumptions we all have.
I feel like we've covered so much ground. It's been really interesting.
Yeah, taking that deep dive into how education works in Nigeria.
The history, the different opinions, the good and the bad.
It's a lot to unpack, but it's relevant for everyone.
Not just Nigeria.
Yeah. This whole idea of how do we prepare people for a future we can barely imagine.
Right. Those skills, that adaptability.
It's global.
So to everyone listening, what are your thoughts after all this? We want to know.
Share them with us because this conversation matters.
It really does. Until next time, everyone, keep learning, keep asking those tough questions.
And we'll see you on the next Deep Dive.